If you're like me, then you love spending a good Friday night with a drink or snack in hand, binging some creepy websites, videos, and online posts that you might dig up. While we know damn well that these will creep us out and/or keep us up all night, there's something about it that's so incredibly captivating that we endlessly subject ourselves to this spooky torture. Welcome back to Disturbing Things from Around the Internet, your one-stop shop for bite-sized and unnerving finds that I've stumbled upon in the last few months. We're on episode 9 now, so if you're craving some more content after this, go check out the playlist on my channel for the 8 other videos from this series to endure. It's time, on this October night, to dive into 5 more hand-picked and disturbing things from around the internet. There's a subreddit called r/ghosts that I've been subscribed to for a while now. Most of the content on there typically falls into the category of an orb picture, a video that shows dust flying past a camera, or a testimonial of something out of the ordinary that might have happened to someone. Occasionally, however, things will pop up on there that legitimately freak me out, and such was the case here. On June 30th, a user named EnigmasLight209 made a post. Years ago, my sister had a Dora doll that she really loved that could move its head electronically. However, we never put batteries in it because at the time we couldn't afford a lot of stuff. My mom caught my sister singing and playing with the doll, not even noticing that the doll turns its head to look at her. Attached here is a video that's 33 seconds long. In it, we can see the bizarre phenomenon that they'd experienced. Have a look. According to the OP, this video was filmed by their mother. Apparently, she thought the singing was cute and whipped her phone out to record. It was only at the moment when the mom finally showed the dad that the weird movement was noticed. In this comment, they explain, "While I have no way to show credibility other than my word, I'll add a bit of info. My mom and sister were the only ones home at the time, and my mom thought my sister was really cute singing and stuff. When my dad came home, my mom showed him the video of her, and he was the one to notice its movement. He's actually the one who recorded the video I posted in this post. As for the doll, he threw it away that same night." Now, if there's one thing I've learned from running this channel, it's to always remain a skeptic. Enigma's Light definitely seems genuine here, and while I'd love to believe that we've captured some sort of ghost activity on camera, unfortunately, without concrete proof that there weren't any batteries inside of it, it's hard to completely run with their story. Regardless, the video and testimony is one of the creepier ones that I've seen online, and if their story is legitimate, then, well, it looks as if they've caught some sort of paranormal entity on camera. Good thing OP threw that doll away. Entry number 2 comes from YouTube. Back in February of 2011, a user by the name of Boog731 would begin to make a series of videos outlining an extremely odd stalking situation that they'd become wrapped up in. According to a February 12th upload, Boog claims that for several months, a guy has made it a point to sit next to him on the train, follow him from there to his car, and strike up conversations that led absolutely nowhere. After threatening legal action, he still unapologetically persisted. Apparently, this all stemmed from one simple conversation that this man named Gerard, attempted to start with him months prior. Unbeknownst to Boog, this simple convo would result in him opening up a can of worms that would become his worst nightmare. On his channel, we see 4 videos in different situations, all surrounding Gerard following him on different days.
And I have moved train cars.
Eventually, Boog becomes fed up and decides to confront him directly about his incessant stalking. In the last video he took, on February 18th, he decides to make a scene in order to get the point across that he wants to be left alone. Here, the video opens up with Gerard following Boog off the train before Boog finally turns around and tells him to get back on and to stop following him.
Stay on. Gerard, stay on the fucking train. Stop following me. Sit down and stop following me. Sit down and stop following me. We're going. Sit down. We're going. Sit down. Can you get him to stop following me, please?
Okay, somebody to get off the train and somebody to stay on. Why are you following him?
I don't know. And here he is, still following me.
As we could see, even the efforts by the woman that helped him board a different train car were futile, as the second that Boog sat down and looked to the left, Gerard was staring directly at him. Unfortunately, after this point in time, the uploads regarding this seemed to stop entirely. While this is so, Boog did end up giving us an update after all, albeit in the form of a description update. Here, he claims this. Thank you all for the concerned and constructive comments and feedback on these stalker videos. These were recorded in 2011, and since then, this guy has disappeared. After bringing the police in on the matter, I think he got the hint and I was left alone. There are numerous other events that weirded me out, which aren't detailed in the videos, but I was lucky and was unscathed in all of my interactions. So, luckily Boog was okay. Regardless though, acquiring a stalker is never a fun situation to deal with. Boog had no idea who this guy was or what he was capable of, and if he was this persistent in following him on camera, I can only imagine where else he'd possibly followed him when they were turned off. On Sunday, February 10th of 2019, an extremely terrifying incident would unfold at a gas station in Hall County, Georgia. Early that morning, a couple pulled into the parking lot of a Quick Trip gas station and parked near the front door. Soon after, a man approached their vehicle before an altercation broke out, resulting in the death of the passenger inside. Eerily, when this was unfolding, bystanders were in their car recording the entire thing on Snapchat. The video that you're about to watch is about 30 seconds long and is absolutely chilling.
Go, go. Yo. Look, he has his gun out. Hold on, hold on. Yo. Go, 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 go.
James Elliott Bloxham, the alleged ex-boyfriend of the driver of the vehicle, was charged with the felony murder of a man by the name of Chester Morrison. Bloxham fired the first round into Morrison's head, then 6 shots thereafter into his torso. Apparently, Bloxham chased the vehicle from Buford to Gainesville, which is about a 30-minute trip, attempting to run them off the road the entire time before this situation eventually unfolded. While it was taking place, people inside the gas station ran into the back cooler in hopes of hiding from the gunmen. Luckily, no one else was harmed in the incident, and while a motive is still unclear, it's believed to be related to a relationship that she was in with both men at the same time, though take that with a huge grain of salt. Footage like this especially unnerves me since it puts us directly in the shoes of the people that were actually there. No dramatized story, no fictional details, but a real-world look into something that can truly happen anywhere you least expect it.
Good afternoon.
Nice to meet you.
I'm so glad you can make it here today. My name is Kaylin, founder of Scrapbooking for Everyone. I like to create scrapbooks.
In June of 2019, a man named Philip Schwab and a woman named Kaylin Blue, both from the video, were going about their engagement as usual. The two lived with Schwab's mother in Idaho Falls, Idaho, and seemed to be doing pretty well. Or so most people thought. Eerily, on the night of Saturday, June 22nd, everything would go horribly awry while Schwab's mother was away. Philip seemed to snap, or so it seemed. On his Facebook, beginning at around noon, he'd make 3 posts. What would I be doing with a shovel, bitch? How to get away with murder, twice. If stabbing people is wrong, I don't want to be right. And the next night, his posts would become even stranger. 9:01. Outside are the dogs. 9:45. You know it's coming. I'd love to stay and chat, but you are a bitch. Silent but deadly. Still smells better than you, bitch. She deserved quicker. Should have known. God backwards. Spend all day kissing ass. You know they eat dog in China. See, Don? 2 sides to every coin. Enjoying the show, Cheech? Need warm-up music. Yeah, you're next, Dad. Now, some might assume that he was either shitposting or being edgy, but he wasn't. After June 23rd, Kaylin seemed to disappear. She worked at Walgreens, and after missing a few shifts that week, her coworkers alerted her family members who requested that police do a welfare check. And so they did. Upon arriving to their household, Schwab promptly let them in, but they quickly realized that something was wrong. Officers claimed to discover some blood scattered around the household, and soon after, Schwab admitted that he, quote, might have hurt Kaylin. After asking for details, he escorted them to the backyard to show the spot where he buried her. Immediately after this, he was arrested, the street was closed off, and the investigation was started.
That the defendant Philip Michael Schwab, on or about the 23rd day of June 2019 in the county of Bonneville, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with malice aforethought and premeditation, kill Kaylin Marie Blue, a human being, by stabbing her, thereby causing her death. The possible penalties are the death penalty, life imprisonment with a minimum of 10 years, $5,000 compensatory fine, and $50,000 fine along with restitution. So are you aware of that charge against you and those possible penalties?
Yes.
Right. Now, you did not fill out the form.
According to his confession, Kaylin apparently moves around in her sleep pretty heavily, and that night, when she routinely woke him up doing this, he proceeded to stab her in the neck. When it woke her up, she desperately attempted to flee to the bathroom. However, he stabbed her over and over during her attempts to get away, until she was dead. Afterwards, he dragged the body to the backyard, buried her, and went forth to kill their 2 dogs before dumping them into their trash cans. You might notice that all of this lines up with his cryptic Facebook posts almost perfectly. Police claimed that Blue's face was still visible from beneath the dirt when they found her, and that this seemed to be a premeditated event, as Schwab also claimed that he placed the knife in his nightstand just a few days prior. The video that you saw earlier was one that the two filmed for her YouTube channel in 2016, and it's completely bizarre to watch, knowing that just 3 years later, this would play out. Kaylin confided in Philip, and almost overnight, he went from being an ordinary fiancé to a sickening murderer that would likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. There's a channel on YouTube by the name of Kate Yup. Something a bit odd about Miss Yup is the fact that you can't contact her at all. Look for links in the description? Good luck. Email in the About section? Non-existent. But that isn't even the weirdest part. Allow me to establish some pretext. Kate Yup is an up-and-coming mukbang channel that's been making videos since March of 2018. Her typical style involves her wearing a mask to conceal her face while consuming ungodly amounts of food in one sitting. Now, it's pretty normal stuff in the world of mukbang, but it gets deeper. At one point, Kate made videos weekly. Now, it's monthly, if that. Her audience began picking up on her slowing upload schedule, but really didn't think much of it because it's really not that out of the ordinary. So why are we talking about her? Well, there's one video on her channel that successfully sparked a wildfire of theories, pondering if she's being held captive. In this upload, her audience began to notice things. Signs that something was awry. See it? Her arm is bruised, her lip is busted. At one point in the video, she capitalizes the letters SOS in a caption. And the most damning evidence? Morse code. Specifically spelling out the words, "Help me." Though I'm extremely skeptical on that last one. Her audience went into a frenzy, and all over the world, commenters chimed in asking if she was okay. Interestingly though, Kate would address these comments in an extremely bizarre fashion. Not a simple, "guys I'm fine," not a quick update video, but rather a copy and paste of a comment made about her from Reddit. It's not Morse code. That isn't even how Morse code works. It's a series of short and long pulses. even thinking outside the box by assuming she's using one finger for long pulses and the other for short pulses. She taps 3 fingers on the bowl. It's just random tapping, and there's no correlation between her tapping and the Morse code. I couldn't identify a single letter. Every other claim, aside from the bruises, is just silly. Why would a captor let her edit the videos? That doesn't even make sense. And if Joe YouTuber could spot the SOS, so would they. And if she knew enough to use SOS as a call for help, why on earth wouldn't she have tapped that on the bowl? It's the only Morse code I have memorized. Also, the bowl moves, so what? Because her hand is resting on it. It moves perfectly with the rest of her body. Finally, her lip does not look busted. It's either a cold sore, which could explain it showing up more than once, or a bad blemish. And everyone lost it. Holy shit, what the fuck? Are you okay? It's the murderer writing. Don't be fooled, everyone. So prove it with another video. And then she went dark. From June 21st onward, absolutely nothing more was posted again. At least until August 15th, but we'll get more into that in a second. Anyway, meanwhile, Reddit ran with this, genuinely concerned that something was wrong and that she needed help. Thread after thread was made discussing various theories with this, but without any way to contact Kate at all outside of her comments section. Putting these theories to rest was futile. A lot of people were speculating that she could be held captive, forced to make these videos for a third party that's monitoring her as she records. They supported this by showing that in one of the videos, the bowl moves without her touching it, implying that, coupled with the capitalized SOS, her busted lip, and the bruised arm, this is all against her will. But was she? Or was everyone overthinking this? August 15th. I am alive. You notice anything odd about the bolded letters in the captions? Keep that in mind. We'll come back to that in a second. Anyway, here, she addresses the audience and claims that she's okay. Definitely nothing to see here, right? She is smiling after all. She then goes forth here to explain to the audience that she absolutely loves the food she's eating. Octopus tentacles, love that. Brown shrimps, so much flavor, salty and crunchy, so good. Salmon, raw of course, my first love, the butter of the oceans. But then you notice that she didn't capitalize the beginning of these. I wonder why. 002 H 007 E 752 L 1126 P. Interesting. After scrubbing through, none of the other captions contained any other capital letters, so this undoubtedly was intentional. Because of this, interest in her channel was fueled once more on Reddit and in her comments. People have postulated that she could, much like most had assumed with Marina Joyce, be forced into doing this by a captor, and motives have ranged from financial gain to her potentially being trafficked. All in all, it's hard to discount the stark evidence pointing to the possibility of something deeper going on here. Kate Yup is a bizarrely confined channel, locked solely into the realm of YouTube, giving us absolutely no method of contacting her outside the platform. While in her latest upload, the help acrostic is the most obvious, it could simply be her playing into this newfound mystery for clicks. If she isn't, however, then we're firsthand witnessing someone that's in trouble, desperately reaching out in any way she's able in order to gain a sliver of help. The internet is somewhat of a diary for some of the most unnerving things that can ever happen in real life, and tonight we've dug through 5 more of them. Thank you so much for joining me in this 9th installment of the series. It's insane that we're coming up on 10 episodes already, and I'd like to personally express my utmost gratitude to all of you for making this show what it is today. You guys seriously are the best. Anyway, don't you guys have candy to binge on? Save me some, because I'll see you on Halloween. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. And good night.